Hi, questions in probability in this textbook. Suppose that under this condition, the random variables x1 and x2 are independent with mean y. Show this equation. Solution. We have this expression. Then we find this result. Theoretical exercises in Chapter 7, 7.33. A coin that lands on hands with probability P is continually flipped. Compute the expected number of flips that are made until a string of R hands in a row is obtained. Solution. Let X denote the number of the flips that are made until a string of R hands in a row is obtained. Let Y denote the number of the flips required to obtain a run of R consecutive hands. Then the probability of Y equals I is given by this one. If I is equal to or less than R, from the I plus 1 flips, we restart trying to obtain the R consecutive hands. So this conditional expectation is given by this one. If I is greater than R, the first R flips are hands. So this conditional expectation is given by this one. Consequently, we have this one. Let Sn be this sum. Then Tsn is given by this one. Then Sn minus Psn is given by this one. This gives Sn is equal to this one. Then we get this equation. From this equation, the expectation of X (7.34). For another approach to theoretical exercise 7.33, let TR denote the number of flips required to obtain a run of R consecutive hands. Then do A, B, C, D to find ETR. Solution. Let J be an integer with J greater than R minus 2. Let F given by this one. Then we get this conditional expectation. Note that we have these probabilities. If F equals 0, the next flip is a tail. We restart trying to obtain the R consecutive hands. So we have this conditional expectation. If F equals 1 and T R minus 1 equals J, then the first J plus 1 flips are hands. So this conditional expectation is equal to J plus 1. We thus conclude this conditional expectation is given by this one. This gives this one. By A, we have this one. Note that we have this one. So we have this one. This gives this equation. we obtain this expectation. By B and C, we obtain this result. Thanks for watching. Bye.